Makinde. The Ninth Senate passed 500 bills in 4 years, says Senate President Ahmad Lawan. He said this in his remarks on Saturday during the valedictory session for the outgoing senators of the Ninth Assembly. Lawan said the Senate accomplished some significant accomplishments over the last 4 years. He believes that beyond the impressive numbers, however, the laws cut across the 11 priority areas of the legislative agenda. Operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, have uncovered a secret laboratory producing deadly illicit substances called methamphetamines in a residential community located in Maryland, Ikeja, was stormed by anti-narcotic officers of the agency on Tuesday, 6th June, after credible intelligence and surveillance confirmed the illicit methamphetamines, quantities of precursor chemicals, and other items used for the production of the deadly drug were recovered from the house, while efforts are on to apprehend the fleeing owner of the house. In the same vein, officers of the Lagos command of the agency, the previous day, Monday, 5th June, arrested 2 suspects with 247 kilograms of skunk at Oyingbo area of Lagos, while another 2 suspects were nabbed at Isheri with 12.5 liters of sachis and 98 kilograms of cannabis sativa belonging to a fleeing suspect recovered at Akirele area of Agege. At least 1,200 victims of human trafficking have been rescued, and 10 suspected human traffickers have been arrested and convicted by the Katsina State Command of the National Agency for the Protection of Trafficking in Persons. According to the State Command of NAPTIP, Musa Aliu, the victims, comprising men, women, and their children, were rescued between last year and now. He stated that with the commitment of the Katsina State government, the State NAPTIP Liaison Office has been upgraded to a command. He further called on the good people of the state not to hesitate to directly report issues relating to human trafficking, child abuse, child labor, and other related abuses to the office of the command. The police authorities have arrested a wanted logistic supplier and informant to a kidnapping and banditry group terrorizing the Federal Capital Territory and environs. Mohammed Hamza, also known as Auta, was arrested by the anti-kidnapping unit of the FCT Police Command at the Mongoro Forest. The police public relations officer in the FCT, SP Josephine Ade, confirmed this in a statement on Saturday night. In foreign news, a 5.0 magnitude earthquake on Sunday struck near Johannesburg, shaking buildings across South Africa's most populous province. The tremor struck at 2:38 a.m. around 10 kilometers below the surface. Buildings shook across the province of Gauteng, where Johannesburg, the country's largest city and commercial hub, is located. Residents across the province felt this tremor, and some posted pictures on social media showing minor structural damage to walls. Shelling and gunfire resumed Sunday in the Sudanese capital at the end of a 24-hour ceasefire that had given civilians rare respite from nearly 2 months of war. Deadly fighting has raged in the northeast African country since mid-April, when Army Chief Abdel Fattah al-Burhan and his former deputy Mohammed Hamdan Daglo, who commands the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces, RSF, turned on each other. The latest in a series of ceasefire agreements enables civilians trapped in the capital Khartoum to venture outside and stock up on food and other essential supplies. But only 10 minutes after it ended at 600 hours on Sunday, the capital was rocked again by the sound of shelling and clashes. In sports, Manchester City tasted Champions League glory at last on Saturday as a second-half Rodri strike gave the favourites a 1-0 victory over Inter Milan in a 10th final, allowing Pep Guardiola's side to complete a remarkable treble. Rodri fired in from a Bernardo Silva cutback midway through the second half at the Ataturk Olympic Stadium to decide a game in which City were knocked out of their usual rhythm and lost Kevin De Bruyne to injury. Erling Haaland, scorer of 52 goals this season, went a fifth straight match without finding the net. But City still had enough to edge out opponents who had never been expected to get